Oh, this is a different map. It has a wooden gate.
This fool's about to get ganked.
Fried moose. We have so much more health than them because of the battle cry. Warlander is a new free-to-play game that at the moment is underrated and underplayed, coming in at 95th on Steam player count at the time of this review. The game is actually pretty hard to describe in a short way, as it's kind of a new thing, to be honest. It's third-player action combat. It has elements of, but doesn't quite feel like a MOBA. Probably the closest thing it feels like to me is old Team Fortress 2 Capture the Flag. It has cartoon graphics and a humor-filled art style. Players group up and try to zerg their way into the enemy base, or break off into small groups and try to sneak in. There are a myriad of well-designed tactics and weapons available to players to help break the stalemate of siege warfare. Game joining is through Steam. Players can queue up for a match in up to 4-man parties. No crossplay yet, but there is expected to be when the game launches on console in April. Warlander is good solo, and a little better with 2 players, but really shines when you can play with a full squad of 4. You feel the camaraderie in the game, as well as just feeling a lot more powerful as a group. Having a healer on comms allows you to make more plays and hold positions for much longer than usual. A lot of Warlander is the ebb and flow of battle, as you outnumber the enemy and press forward, or get outnumbered and overrun. Having a squad to manage this ebb and flow is so much better, as you can all wait for each other to respawn instead of running in one by one to die. The game even multiplies this advantage with the group buff skills. If you do a battle song as one player, you'll get like a 20 health shield, but if your squad mates join in, everyone gets around 100 health shield. Even more if others join, up to 8 players. Squads can protect members doing important jobs like building or firing large weapons, and it is a blast to charge together as a group at the enemy battle line. When we were attacking the enemy as a 4-man party, we were much more likely to notice if our castle was getting overrun, and this allowed us to warp back as a group just in time to repel them.
Can we not get
Overall,
up there?
the feel of the game is somewhat competitive, but I would say it's better as a casual competitive than it would be tryharding to climb the ranked ladder. So they are called decks in Warlander, but really they're just battle rosters. Nothing card-like about them. You don't go into battle in Warlander with just one character available. You have up to 5 that you can deploy over the course of the battle. You need at least one tier 0 character to start the battle, but as the match goes on, you will earn valor points for things like defeating enemies, building or destroying equipment, and capturing respawn towers. Getting enough points will unlock higher tier characters. When you build characters for your roster, you have a certain number of points to spend on upgrades. Want to add an epic level sword to your knight? Well, that's going to cost you 130 of your 500 upgrade points. Want to add a better dashing skill? 30 points. This has a couple cool effects on the game. Firstly, players are rewarded for playing well early in the match. Getting a tier 1 or 2 character gives you a window where you are more powerful and you can press advantages. Second, it means over time the match will have more and more powerful characters, gradually upping the stakes. Finally, it punishes dying with a higher tier character, as you won't have access to them for a while they're in cooldown. Unfortunately, the game is a small bit pay to win. Players can't directly buy power, but they can increase the speed at which they can build more powerful characters. This is bad for sure, but maybe not quite as bad as it sounds. You can't immediately deploy a super powerful character into a match because of the Valor system. Also, the free-to-play player is able to earn everything, and eventually build max power characters the same as the paid player. They will just be slower doing it. I'm taking some guesses on time frames since the game hasn't been out very long, but here's what I expect this to look like practically. As a free-to-play player, when you join the game, you'll be on equal footing with other players. About 2 weeks into the game playing regularly, you will notice other players able to whip out tier 3 and 4 characters by halfway to 3/4 of the way through the match, while you still only have access to tier 2s. A month or two into the game, you will finally start to get enough of those legendary items and skills that you can build your own tier 3 and 4 characters and catch back up to the paid players. For a comparison, a tier 2 warrior would be about 500 health, while a tier 4 would be about 750. The character classes are really fun. Currently the game has warrior, mage, and cleric. Warrior is the large health pool tank, mage is the ranged damage dealer, and cleric is the healer. Each class has 2 weapons which can be swapped between. Each weapon can equip 2 abilities, so each character has 4 abilities in total. Each class is very powerful at some jobs, and weak at others. Warriors are great at shielding ranged damage, building and pushing siege machines without instantly dying, and obliterating single squishy targets. They are very poor at dealing with castle guns, though. Mages are great at dealing with siege guns, and keeping defenders' heads down while warriors push. They are also the best 1v1 class at higher levels of play. Mages suffer from being the squishiest class, though, and can get one-shot by a lot of things. Clerics are generally weaker at everything, but provide very powerful amounts of healing that can keep a large push going or keep a position from being slowly overrun from attrition. They also have some of the best utility abilities in the game, such as speed boosts and squad teleports. Each class can be tailored through character builds that allow for different playstyles. For example, you could build a warrior with lots of dashes and high damage for closing gaps to squishy targets in an open field. Or you could build a warrior with higher shield stats and better blocking abilities for assaulting a castle wall with siege engines. I really applaud the siege mechanics in this game. They have done a great job at making defending a castle more powerful than attacking it, while still giving the attacking players ways to eventually power through those defenses. Things like gates and wall guns for the defenders allow a few players to hold off many attackers, acting as a force multiplier. However, they can be permanently destroyed for the rest of the match, giving the attackers a way to steadily push further and further into the defenses. Offensive weapons like siege towers, battering rams, and catapults reward teams that are strong enough to build and hold them by neutralizing defenses and pushing the defenders to have to do something about them. We are quite enjoying Warlander and think more people should give it a try. I would have rated it an 8, but just couldn't on the principle of it being a little pay to win. On paper, I'm sure people are hesitant to try this game, but I feel it's my job as a reviewer to assure you that if this game looks interesting at all, I think you will enjoy trying it.